I bet you I found over a gram of gold, and I didn't even run but a yard of material. The nugget is huge. It won't fit in a damn vial. It's f***ing nuts, and we got it on film too. Today we're going to be down on the dredge pile. It's one of the tailings that come out of the tailings chute behind the wooden hole bucket line dredge. We're going to dig it up with the excavator. We're going to see if we can find some good color out of it that they missed. They were only 60% efficient with their recovery rate on the dredge, so that leaves 40% of the gold that they just missed normally. Our particular dredge had a 6-foot tall, 20-foot long trommel with 1/4-inch size holes on it, about yay big. Any gold that was that big or bigger got shot straight out the back like it was reject rocks. That's why we go through the tailing piles and make sure that they missed something or didn't miss it. Hopefully there's some big stuff in there. We're gonna find out. Stay there. We've got the excavator on site. We've got a big dredge pile. We came back here and tested it before, and we're gonna try to dig into this and probably put a pay pile beside the high banker. That's probably gonna be the most feasible. I've got the high banker here today. We have got the Adventure and Sluice prospecting high banker. That's a bad little rig right there. So we're gonna have that set up with the pump, gasoline pump, start pumping some water. We're gonna start getting some gold. We're gonna go through our tailings from the wash plant and metal detect it today because there's really good potential that we actually will get some big gold, some specimen gold, hopefully, fingers crossed. But we're gonna try to catch as much gold, flour gold, everything we can today. No catch and release. That's it. Just a bunch of nuts. Okay, all right, so she's ready to go. Yeah. Now I just gotta tie in my pumps, put some water in her, fire up, make sure that the water's gonna work good, and we can go. This thing always wants to give problems. Sometimes you just gotta, I don't know if Haley Welch could get this thing on. Now we need to, yep, that was part of it. Get a new bucket, they said. I forget it, I said. I don't think that bucket's gonna hold water. I really screwed myself this time because I ain't got nothing to put water in to prime the pump except for my pan, so this is gonna be fun. We'll see if that'll work. Hopefully don't blow the daggone hoses off. All right, we're gonna try to fire up and see which hoses blow off first. Well, that's really not good. Yeah, that sucks. On the gold mine, if it can happen, it will happen. Bring tools, because you'll be fixing shit. Oh, they really didn't leave me enough to... Oh, I can get enough out of that.
There's another person here.
Okay. All right, gas is on. Choke. Oh, man. Dude, this shit is pissing me off. This is some typical stuff for a gold mine, but man, it is really, really trying me today. Oh, man. Make sure I've got enough tension on it. We're gonna keep the tools in our pockets this time. That way we don't have to go back if it breaks again. Okay. Everything's on. I hate to, we'll cut it off and then we'll dig our pay pile and dump it right here. That way we can just go ahead and shovel material and start running. We've got the high banker going with all the trials and tribulations, naturally. And we've got the pay pile here. This is a tailings pile. Actually, we're getting ready to dig pay out of it, dump it here for the high banker. But yeah, we're getting ready to fire up and dig and see what we can pull out of it. Make sure there's no nuggets up there. All right, pull the flap off. There's a lot of extra material in here too. And we're gonna put all of it in there, honestly. Okay, let's pull this one out first. Okay. And we can pull the Jarvine ripples out. Okay. Okay. All right, let's see a cleanup on this tailing pile right here. Tell you what, that water is cold. My hands are getting cold. Them gloves sure do the ticket. And we'll do a rough. Oh my gosh, Cody, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, snap.
Oh my gosh. I haven't even gotten through the black sand. Look how much chunky stuff is in there.
That's huge.
Oh my gosh, look at all them big flakes. Look at that.
Ain't no way.
Look at that. I got to show you this one. Look at that. Look how chunky that is. Look at that crystalline North Carolina gold. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can tell the difference in real gold and what, 14 karat gold. And there's your difference. Look how yellow that is. That is nuts. Look how freaking spongy it looks. Thank you, God. I needed one like this. All right, now we can go home. Let's look at all this other stuff that's in here too. That's freaking killer. I bet you that's a half grammer. Easy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to fine tooth comb it. Okay, so you can see all the flour gold that's in here. And this is just a rough pan. And you can see garnets in here, the almandine garnets. But check out all the chunkies. And I bet you I ran a yard, maybe a yard of that. So I don't know if this was stuck to some of the rocks that they just weren't able to get, capture when they were running it through the dredge, or if, I just don't know. This is nuts though. I didn't expect to find anything that big, not in a specimen, which I guess maybe that's 1/4 inch size. So maybe that wouldn't have fit through the trommel, but that's freaking nuts. Look at all that flour that's up there. Now you can see it pretty good now. And look at all the chunkies here. That made my day right there. That's nice. When you can hear that. That is freaking awesome. Very nice. I'm gonna finish doing a pan up and cleaning all this up and making sure it's pretty, and we're gonna get it on the scales and weigh it out and see what actually we got for today. All right, so a little recap. We did really good today. I moved that amount of material over here to my pay pile. I ran over, I don't know, I probably ran half of it. These are the tailings that I got off of it, which is actually not as much rock as I was thinking I was moving. I was thinking that it was going to be twice the amount of rock out on my tailings as it was. I probably ran an hour, and there again, that is what I found. This is just a test pan. I mean, there's gold all up in there, and the black sands are loaded with it. You got some of the flour, some of the chunkier stuff, and then that clunker right there that is just absolutely nuts. Look at the character of that thing, man. That's crazy. Of course. But at any rate, that's some of the gold that we've gotten today. And I'm a happy miner. We're gonna try to get all of this stuff cleaned up. I'm gonna take all of my concentrates, put them in snuffer bottles, get them loaded up, take them to the camp, run them through a cube. Then we're gonna weigh everything out after I dry it all off, and we'll give you a count and show you how much gold we actually found for an hour of digging in a tailings pile. And just like everything, you know, happens on the gold mine, we got a flat tire. That's it ain't got no gas in it. So yeah, that's not good. So we called for reinforcements, and Pops is coming with some tools. We'll get this back on track and we'll roll back to camp. All right, so this is the total amount of gold that I got out of that dredge pile. Some nice chunkier pieces. We ran it through the gold cube and recovered a few more. But this was pretty cool. And what better place to bring it to than right back to the place and machinery that dug it up the first time, the dredge. Matter of fact, we're gonna be in the captain's quarters and we're gonna film the weigh of it, see what it weighs on the scale. All right, so I'm sure I'm gonna get a couple questions on how we do this and how we get the gold out of the wet pan, dried and put onto the scale and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna go through the whole process. So what we do when we get it gold in the pan, it's all cleaned up, all our black sands are down here, all our raw gold is up here. I'm gonna take the picker out. I'm gonna set the picker into what I use to weigh the gold. This is our little tin here that we weigh the gold in. I'm gonna set this here. I'm gonna use my little like eyedropper. We cut the end of it off so it'll fit bigger gold. We're gonna suck up this amount of gold right here. I'm gonna blow it all into a little pile using the water to get into a little pile you see there. Then you squeeze it and use it just like a snuffer bottle. Suck up the gold, put it in there. If I don't blow it all out. That's the only problem when you cut that end off, it wants to dump everything out. There we go. Get all the little flour gold sucked up. We don't want to do a catch and release. All right, now I've got all the gold out of the pan. All right, so now I will take this, put it somewhere else, then take and pour the water off, because my gold is in my pan, my little tin pan here. Okay. And now I will take this and then take a lighter and roast. I swear we're not doing drugs. It's just gold. The gold is the drug here. And you warm up the bottom and it roasts all of your water that's in here off. It turns it into steam, so then you have clean gold that you can weigh. You only want the gold, you don't want any of the water in there. We want to get as much of it as, clean as we can. So we'll try to burn off all the water. You pour out as much as you can, it makes the process much quicker. So we'll do that. So you can already see us smoking. All of that water in there is turning to steam. It's ideal to use tweezers to hold the tin pan where I'm holding it with my fingers at, because obviously it's going to get hot and it's going to burn my fingers at some point. So I'm going to have to do this with some tweezers now, but you get the drift. I couldn't find anything else but my shirt, so I'll show it to you. See it evaporating all of that? All of that water is cooking it all off. Yep, 100% of it. All right, now we'll set it down. Let it cool off for just a second, and then we can get it all into something and we can weigh it out in. Okay, so now what we'll do is we have to have something to get it out of here, so we can put this on the scale and then tear the weight off of that, so it'll zero it out, so I can actually see how much gold is there. So the gold's dry here. Okay, then I'll take it and a piece of folded up notebook paper, if I can get it undone, and you just dump it right there. And that's all of our gold right there. Now what we'll do is we'll turn on the scale. All right, 0.000 grams. We will set this on the scale. Okay, and it's 7.953 grams. Then we'll tear that weight. Tear it again because I moved it. Oh, come on. All right, 0.000. And now we'll take this, and we'll use this as a funnel. All right, and there's your total weight right there. 0.278 grams. So a little over a quarter gram in total. And that's what everything. The flour, the little chunkies, and that little picker we found. And it's really cool because it's back to its original place that it, or piece of equipment that dug it up originally. The buckets that were right here in the center on this dredge is what dug up these pickers and that flour gold. And it went through the process, went through the plant here, shot it straight out the back of the trommel and the back of the tailings chute into a pile at that site. And we dug it up with an excavator 121 years later. No, it's 120 years exactly this year. It was brought here in 1906. It is 2026. So 120 years exactly later, we came back, dug into a pile, and found that. I'm happy, y'all. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. How much gold do you think we'll get out of the that next yard? Maybe about a yard of material I left there with the high banker. How much more gold do you think I'll get out of there gram wise? And how much gold do you think I'll get out of that huge tailing pile as a total? And which detectors should I use? That's the big question. Which detectors do you think I should use to metal detect for detectable gold, specimen gold, nuggets, and pickers in that pile? And we'll go back in there and we'll try it out and we'll see what we can get.